What's up, guys? Now, a lot of people have been asking me to do a video on the Paris terrorist attacks, and I didn't want to originally do a video, but something, that I just thought of. It frustrated me. Not so much it frustrated me, but I was just like, wow, that's kind of jacked up, and that gave me a reason to do this video. So I'll just put it in my discussion playlist. I'll just make this a discussion video. Because some things just need to be said. Now, before I say anything, I give my condolences to those who have lost people and to those who have lost their lives in the unfortunate event of this terrorist attack. Now, the thing is, you need to realize that as humans, we do stuff. We do some crazy stuff because that's just the way we're kind of built. Now, the type of crazy we do is what determines us as a good or a bad person. Not even just a good or a bad person, but just a person in general. Now, you have to realize that events like these happen every day, almost. Sometimes it happens a lot. And you shouldn't forget that the people in Paris aren't the only people that this happens to. And I feel like people only flipped out. Everybody, like CNN, everybody, news, everybody was starting to freak out because Paris is it's more of a well-known place. It's beautiful. It's a place of interest. People know about it. So when word hit that they were attacked, everybody lost their mind. But, events like these where people are attacked or harmed or even killed happens a lot. Where even it's just a school shooting, police killing, or the killing of police, other countries that just go through things. You have to remember that this stuff happens all the time. And you can't just say, oh, Paris, that sucks. But you have to realize that this happens to other people too. So don't just give, not that I'm saying don't give it, but you have to also give your condolences and your feelings to these other people who experience similar events. Because it's not fair to them, so that you just honored Paris and you don't honor them. Just because they're not well known doesn't mean they don't deserve to be honored for the unfortunate events that occur. It isn't fair to them. And why should they lose their lives only to not be remembered? Why is it that they don't get to have their memory honored, but Paris does? And I'm not saying don't honor them, but you just have to remember, be fair and honor those others who have also lost their lives. And the French flag on Facebook. Like I said, it's not that it's bad, but because I did it too. I'll show a picture if I can find one right here of me with the Paris flag. Now, it's okay to honor them, but Facebook didn't do that for anything else. Facebook, not even just Facebook, just other things. Snapchat had a little filter for prayers for Paris. They had the hashtag prayers for Paris. Everybody was doing their little thing, but they didn't have that for anything else. What's the deal? And I've noticed a lot of people are faking their emotions when it comes to that, because they pretend to care, and then after the buzz dies down about the event, they just don't care. They're like, oh, love, joy, peace, kumbaya, and then they go back to acting crazy when the buzz dies down about the event that occurred. And that's actually kind of frustrating to watch, because come on, why would you fake feeling sorry for a group of people or a person only to act hypocritical and act crazy after the fact? You can't say, oh, blah, 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 I'm sorry about Paris. We should all act correct, and we should all act right, and we should all care for each other, and then go crazy and act up. And if you do honestly care, do something, display your emotion. This is my form of explaining my emotion. Now, I would donate to charity if I have any money, but sadly I don't. I'll see what I can do, if I can do anything. But me doing this is a form of me explaining on how I felt about it, and how reminder, you shouldn't just feel for Paris. I mean, you should feel for Paris, but not only them, because this happens to others as well. So you just remember, they're not alone. You could pray. I did a little mini prayer. If that's not your thing, that's okay. Just do whatever makes you feel comfortable with the situation, and if you can help, do it. If you want to go donate, go donate. If you want to do what I'm doing and make a video, just explaining the awareness, do that. If you're feeling really extreme, if you live in Paris and you know of somebody who was affected, take them in. Make them feel at home. And also, it's probably going to be my last thought, but I've been hearing this a lot as well, where people blame Muslims for terrorism, or just that event in particular. Now, that's pretty ignorant. You can't get as ignorant as that, because just the term Muslim, because I have quote-unquote friends who go, they make fun of Muslims, or they say they're terrorists and 9/11 and all those jokes, but you can't blame a group of people for the worst stuff for the worst of that group. Because just because you have bad people in the group, that doesn't mean the entire group is like that. You can't include everybody with a specific group of people. And it's not fair to them to say, oh, they're all terrorists, they're all murderers, when it's not all of them. You don't see people blaming all of Christianity for killing black people. It doesn't work that way. It's not the way it works. It's not all Muslims. I mean, if it was all Muslims, honestly, they couldn't have taken us all out if they wanted to. But it's not the way it is. It's not all of them. So there are some Muslims out there who are just regular dudes who are trying to live their life. Regular people, kids, they're just trying to get through life as best as you or I can. And it's not fair to stereotype them like that. Say all Muslims are killers, or they're all extremists, because all of them not. There are people out there that are extremists, and it's unfortunate that's the way they are, but it's just the way they are. I can't do anything. I'm sorry, but You shouldn't drag everybody else down into that category of extremist when not all of them are like that. You know? And like I said, I was hesitating to even do a video on this, but like I said, just the fact that people think that this is just only Paris that it happens to, it's because we live in a place like, take 9/11, because we live in America and it's big bad America. Everybody knows America, and everybody flipped out over 9/11 because they know. But if you take some tiny country in Africa or something, or some tiny country in Russia that nobody's ever heard of, nobody's gonna react because they don't know. So make sure you keep everybody's tabs, not just the important people. Everybody deserves to be remembered. Everybody deserves to be known. Because you care so much about Paris, which is good, but you should share that the same amount of care and concern for the other people, because they're human like us. They're human like the people who died in Paris. They're human like the people who died in 9/11. They're human like the other people who die in other events that aren't told about on the news and big places and whatnot. You should still care. And don't fake your emotion. Because that's terrible. You can't go, R.I.P. Paris people, blah, 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 and then just say it just to say it so you can look good. That's terrible. You should never do that. If you feel some way, say it. And if you don't feel that way, don't fake your emotion, because that's annoying and it's frustrating. Don't do that. If you feel a certain way, for real, go ahead and support. But if you don't really care, then don't say anything. Don't fake. But yeah, sorry this video was so serious, because I was a little bit annoyed, but some things just have to be said, and I'm sorry if you feel a certain way, if you feel differently. Leave your opinion in the comments. Say how you feel. If you're going to do something to help, put it down there too. Got any other ideas for discussion? Hit me up. Put it down there too. And I'll do it. And as always, peace out, y'all.